Welcome to my review of the Super Mario Brothers movie. I hear a lot of people trashing this movie online, calling it lazy, and I kind of find those critiques to be lazy. So here's my take on the Super Mario Brothers, and that it's not that bad, guys. What exactly do you want from a video game movie? I don't think people really know the answer to that question. It seems like it's now the modern day, well, the book is better argument because nobody actually reads books anymore, and now people will just say, "Well, the game's better." And yeah, the game, sure, the game's better. The smash out revolutionary gaming extravaganza that is the Super Mario Brothers is better than the 2023 Illumination children's movie that you went and saw at age 30. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? This was supposed to deliver my childhood in a nice, tidy little bow, and I still feel like I'm 30. I think some people just can't wrap their head around the idea of a translation. The Last of Us is being praised as the best video game adaptation of all time right now. Some people obviously going to be shitting on it, as they will. But what it did successfully was bring the characters, world, tone, dialogue, and all the little Easter eggs that people know and love from the game and justify it in a story written for the screen. All of which can be said for the Super Mario Brothers movie as well. The Mario universe fundamentally makes no sense, even down to the the name. The main character's name is Mario because they had to stick with the Super Mario Brothers, and the main character's named Mario, and so you try to make that universe work as easily as you could with The Last of Us. The linear human story of The Last of Us. Yeah, try to put Mushroom Kingdom and Mario into a fucking logical universe. So I thought this was honestly pretty well executed for what they were given in this Mario universe. Obviously, this movie is packed with Easter eggs and homages to all generations of Mario and just Nintendo in general. Luigi's ringtone being the GameCube startup sound, the some people only see those, but I thought it was like these were decently baked into the story. Some people just trigger like that's a reference. That's all it is. That's a fucking right. Like I thought that honestly, some of these worked. The little tease of like majesty of the Yoshis walking by the herd of Yoshi. I especially liked the Donkey Kong versus Mario set piece. The red beams and Donkey Kong throwing barrels. Mario's jumping over them. It's a good action scene pitting these two iconic characters together, Mario and DK. It brought a little bit of that Super Smash Bros. Energy to it as well, which I really enjoyed. But that's what I'm saying when I say I don't understand like what people want from this movie, because this literally gives you links to Mario's origin as a character defeating DK in the classic arcade version of himself, like to the actual lineage of Super Mario games. It's giving you everything it should, but people aren't happy. Like I don't. It's not fun enough. It's not adult enough for you. I don't really understand what it is that isn't clicking for you as far as like a fun element. The animators did a great job in this movie also. It's a beautiful movie. And the objects and character designs feel true to what we know. And I mean like down to the physical interactions. Like we obviously know how stepping on a Koopa is supposed to feel, and the animators know that. If you don't get that feel right, the audience will instantly recognize it. And I thought they did a good job making it feel like you're in the game, feel like you're in this world with all the things that you know. Also, the fact that they just kind of stumble upon the pipe to Mushroom Kingdom underground in New York City, that definitely felt like it was a link to the schlocky 80s version of Mario that I kind of have a sweet spot for. But I'm not sure if that was an homage to the movie or if it's just the real backstory for how Mario and Peach find the Mushroom Kingdom. But I liked it. It felt like it was linked to the 80s version there a bit too. And I'm not saying this is a perfect movie. To me, this movie kind of tried to utilize the current Marvel formula, which is like start working on a few awesome sequences and then, fill in the story gaps around it, and it'll be fine. We'll fill that. We'll figure it out later. But Mario had so much more heart, and since they're on their first outing rather than their 30th or whatever, I'm gonna give them more grace here. I also think this is a good place to spring from for this Nintendo Cinematic Universe, the NCU that they might build. You can spread more serious tones or more prestige Mario takes, whatever those are, down the road. But get the kids in now, cast a wide net, and gauge interest for the property, which clearly $500 million shows you that there's interest in this property. Make your Puss in Boots The Last Wish a little further down the road, but just have fun right now. The Luma bits were dark as fuck for a kids movie too. If I had to have comments on like an overall thing, I might have adjusted. Like it was funny, but just like way overdone. Ending the movie on a depressing joke like that too, it just seemed a little too much for me for a kid movie, honestly. In 20 years, like the current children generation is going to be spewing like dead-eyed nihilistic philosophy, and saying it all started with the Super Mario Brothers movie. Now let's get into the casting. Not sure if the main choices for the roles really nailed it. Chris Pratt obviously didn't stand out. I think there's some people still pooping on this movie strictly due to his casting, but it wasn't terrible. If there was any positives I could give to his performance, it would be that he at least like blended into the role enough that I kind of forgot it was him. Charlie Day I thought was okay. Didn't really embody Luigi kind of like I had hoped, but there were glimpses of voice homage that he was paying tribute to, and he at least invested a little bit of his personality into the character. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach I thought was fine. She hasn't really proven to me that she has a wide range as an actress, and I mean, Princess Peach wasn't really any different. I like the confidence and the personality given to Peach, but she didn't really stand out further from that. Keegan-Michael Key did a great job as Toad. One of the actors actually putting on a voice or giving a performance in this movie. And I really dig that positive, peppy personality that he's bringing to Toad. I thought Seth Rogen was a good choice as Donkey Kong too. They had enough Rogen in the character, but kept it mostly reined in and still feeling like Donkey Kong. They had to have one Seth Rogen laugh for legal and branding purposes, but the real genius in casting has to be Jack Black. He absolutely dominated playing Bowser, molding Bowser and Jack Black's punk rock hardcore sensibility, vulnerabilities together was just a great move. The biggest laugh out loud moments of the movie for me were his piano bits riffing as if he's just recording for a Tenacious D session. You could just tell that he was having fun, he was giving it his all. If they're planning on creating this NCU or making these games into worldwide movies, they're gonna have to put a voice actor to these iconic characters. A decision just has to be made. And I'm glad that Jack Black is gonna be the voice and embodiment of Bowser if those films are to come. But I had a good time seeing this movie. Kids were laughing, they were excited, I was laughing, I was smiling. And I've been pitching for years that the Nintendo Cinematic Universe is this untapped property that people want to see. You do Zelda, you do Kirby, Captain Falcon, Luigi's Mansion. Then you have the Master Hand snatch them all from their universes and throw them into a Mortal Kombat-esque tournament for Super Smash Bros. Then you collect $1 billion. Thanks for listening to my review, guys. If you liked it, like and subscribe. It'd really mean a lot. I like doing these reviews, and seeing the channel grow would be great motivation for me to keep it going. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. 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 Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.